The 2025 NFL draft class is absolutely loaded with talent off the edge. And it's not just a top-heavy group. There's so much talent down the board from the FCS level to the group of 5 to the Power 4. There's so much talent on the defensive side of the football. One of my favorite under-the-radar superstars in this class is Marshall edge rusher Mike Green, a player who is coming off back-to-back incredible seasons and has been generating more and more buzz as a potential top pick in the 2025 class. How high could we see Green go in a pretty loaded edge class? That is what we will be discussing in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page if you guys are interested in more of my NFL draft content. There, you guys will find my full in-depth draft guide with over 550 scouting reports and evaluations, as well as the ability to vote on which prospect spotlights you guys want next, and some exclusive prospect interviews, and so much more. For $5 a month, I highly recommend checking it out, and I'll leave it linked down in the description below. Leave a comment and let me know where you guys rank Green in this draft class, and without further ado, let's get into it. Green is flying under the radar because he plays for a small school, but he has been incredibly productive for the Herd the last 2 years. In 2023, he finished the year with 30 total pressures, 6 sacks, a forced fumble, 26 run stops, and had 28 tackles. He was kind of a second option last year for Marshall behind Elijah Allstott, but this year as a true number 1 edge has been unreal. So far this year, he has 56 total pressures, 16 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 42 run stops, and 38 tackles. He has been flying all over the defensive side of the football for Marshall and garnering some legitimate first-round buzz. The first thing that pops off the screen when you're watching Green is his deep bag of pass rush moves. It seems like every other play he is pulling something new out of his bag. He showcases a filthy spin move, and he has shown the ability to just be completely active with his hands at all times. He's produced at an unbelievably high rate this year because he has so many different ways to beat offensive tackles. He has a nasty swim move, he's got a cross chop, we mentioned the spin, and I think he brings a lot as a pass rusher right out of the gates. Green also has fantastic burst off the line of scrimmage and really good athleticism. Given his size at 6'4", 248 pounds, I think he might profile best as a stand-up rusher in a 3-4. However, Green brings a lot of versatility. He is lined up everywhere for Marshall with his hand in the dirt. He's lined up inside on stunts. He's produced it no matter where he has played, and I think he brings excellent versatility at the next level. I also think Green flashes some elite upside as a run defender. He has the quickness to trigger downhill, crash running lanes, and has been a very reliable tackler when doing so. You love edge rushers who can set the edge in the run game, who can stack and shed blockers, and Green does that for you, and that's been one of the biggest developments of his game in 2024. Green isn't a perfect prospect by any stretch of the imagination, and the biggest issue I have with him is he does play very high. Time after time, it feels as if he is lined up nearly completely vertical. He's unable to really generate that natural burst and power from his lower body as a result. That's another reason why I think he does profile best in a 3-4 scheme, just because I don't necessarily see the technique and pad height demanded to play with his hand in the dirt every snap. The other area I want to see improvement in is his power. You could argue that the lack of power is due to his high pads, but it really shows at times. He doesn't really have a great power profile as a pass rusher. He's very reliant on his speed and finesse, and while that works more often than not, I would like to see him add a bull rush and add more play strength to his game. It's not bad by any means, I just think it's an area that he's got to improve in. Mike Green is a player who has completely come out of nowhere and just keeps jumping up everyone's draft boards. There are very few weaknesses in his game, and he has dominated everyone he has played. He's an awesome talent, and he's my number 6 edge rusher in the class. He has speed, he has an array of pass rush moves, and he just keeps getting better and better. He is a player who I have as a first-round pick, and if you guys watch my weekly mock drafts, he's been a first-round pick in the last 2 episodes. I think he's going to absolutely shock people at the All-Star circuit, at the Combine, and he's my number 30 overall prospect in this class. We've mentioned it a couple of times throughout the video, but I think Mike Green profiles best as a 3-4 outside linebacker or a stand-up rusher. His speed and quickness are the best parts of his game. This allows him to play back, not play with his hand in the dirt, and just put the pedal to the metal and get to the quarterback or crash the run. I think that's where he profiles best given his size and play style, and I think he's got the technique needed to play in this outside linebacker role. My player comparison for Mike Green is Pittsburgh Steelers edge rusher Alex Highsmith. Highsmith came from a small school in Charlotte and has been dominant since he joined the Steelers early on this decade. He has exceptional speed and quickness, is a really good run defender, and is a dominant pass rusher who has shown an array of pass rush moves and the ability to win in a variety of ways. I think Mike Green is a very similar type of player who's got a small school background but just does all the things you want from a pass rusher and has incredibly active hands. And I think he could be a very similar type of player to Alex Highsmith. Mike Green has a deep pass rush bag. He has shown time and time again the ability to beat the tackle, get into the backfield, and create pressure on the quarterback, and is one of the most productive players in all of college football on the defensive side. He is an amazing talent, and I believe that Mike Green will be a top 40 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.